KUAM TV8, first on Guam. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. Cars Plus, Guam's automotive leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
The island's Manamku shared their insights evaluating the Attorney General's strategies to address student violence in public schools. Plus, a man accused in a killing in Sumai answers to the charges handed down against him in local court. And a man convicted of raping a little girl learns his fate before a Superior Court judge.
Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Happy Threads Thursday. Thank you so much for making us a part of your week.
We begin with a follow-up to the discussion surrounding corporal punishment in public schools. According to the World Health Organization, evidence shows corporal punishment increases children's behavioral problems over time and has no positive outcomes.
Tonight, Guam's elders are lending their perspectives on the Attorney General's ideas to combat student violence within Guam Department of Education schools.
The island's Manamku are weighing in on how to stop the violence among our youth, the issue circulating after riots unfolded on Guam Department of Education campuses. Northern resident Cecilia Mulligan supporting the Attorney General's suggestion on implementing disciplinary actions, including campus custodial duties to deter fighting and rioting.
They need to be exposed so that other kids will say, hey, you do that, and then, that's the end of the results. I like that. And that would minimize the work of the custodian, the office aide, et cetera, et cetera.
The idea also garnering support from Manila resident Joseph Pangilinan.
That might help somehow.
On Wednesday, the AG was joined by education leaders, law enforcement, and senators for a roundtable in hopes of coming up with solutions. Among the ideas, corporal punishment in schools. That's where those we spoke with are divided in their response.
Corporal punishment is unnecessary in school.
Disciplinary, I'm very, very tough on that. And I'm with the AG. You play the game, you get punished.
And while this wiser generation agrees a realistic solution to the problem is complex, they say part of solving the issue starts at home.
We really need to be proactive with all our youngsters nowadays because there's just so much stuff going on around the world. And really and truly, it starts from the home. And we really need to be proactive in our community.
And for no violence in school. All my kids, they grow up in school, never have any problem with them. I'm a no-timer, so I raise my kids up properly and was responsible for their action.
Following the discussion, Guam Education Board member Dr. Ron McNinch told the AG, quote, "It is likely far more efficient and effective to train willing teachers how to deal with potentially troublesome students." McNinch adding, regarding corporal punishment, taking away smartphones or limiting access might help.
A man accused in a murder in Sumai denied the allegations filed against him in Superior Court. 29-year-old Jamie Nedadog pleaded not guilty to murder, theft of a motor vehicle, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and attempted destruction of evidence. He appeared before Magistrate Judge Jonathan Kwan today. As KUAM reported, Nedadog was previously arrested in October after the body of Edwin Parando was found behind the Sumai Pub and Grill. He was released after prosecutors then told police investigators they needed more evidence to bring the case to trial. Nedadog was indicted by a grand jury earlier this month. A motive for the killing remains a mystery. Investigators say Parando had been badly beaten and hit by a car.
16 years in prison. That's how long convicted child rapist Wesser Wesson will spend locked up. Wesson was sentenced before Judge Dana Gutierrez in Superior Court today. He got credit for time served and will be placed on 3 years supervised parole once he's released. As KUAM reported, Wesson was convicted of multiple counts of first and third degree criminal sexual conduct. Investigators found that Wesson forced himself on the child almost weekly. The sexual attack started when the victim was only 15. Each time he would also brutally beat the teen.
A man spending 90 years in prison for getting a teenage girl pregnant after years of sexual abuse lost his fight in the Supreme Court of Guam. Renix Rioson, who is convicted of multiple counts of first-degree criminal sexual conduct, along with vulnerable victims' special allegations, argued double jeopardy, contending he was being prosecuted twice for the same crime. Justices, however, ruled that the lower court did not violate double jeopardy. Rioson's conviction and sentence stands. As KUAM reported, Rioson was convicted of molesting the child starting when she was only 6, the abuse continuing for about 5 years before she became pregnant.
In other news, Congress continues to press for the establishment of a high-level joint forces task forces Micronesia to take charge of operations in the event of a conflict with China over a Taiwan invasion. It
would also specifically be led by a 4-star general. In response to KUAM's question about the impact to the local military command, Joint Region Marianas issued a statement saying, quote, JRM will shift its Indo-Pacific Command's senior military official and Task Force West authorities and responsibilities to JTF Micronesia. In the rebalancing of the forces in the region, we remain committed to working alongside our joint military partners to defend the homeland, deter aggression, and maintain a free and open Indo-Pacific. Joint Region says it will maintain its commander, Naval Installations Command, and Pacific Fleet functions and authorities, which include installation management and fleet operations support.
Well, hundreds of GovGuam employees have been hoping to ring in the new year with overdue merit bonuses finally in their pockets. Public law requires the payments to be made by the end of the year, which is just 3 days away.
Senator Frank Blas Jr. has been pushing the administration's department to release the payments. He met today with Director Ed Byrne.
In my meeting with both he and his deputy, one of the things I found is that, first off, of the $9 million total that was owed for merit bonuses, they've whittled that down to about $2 million that are still owed. And these are for merit bonuses for employees whose agencies have yet to submit the paperwork. And so, what I like to do is, in this interview, is please, the agencies that haven't submitted that paperwork for DOA is waiting for it so that they can pay it off.
Blas says there's still time because DOA is prepared to process those checks today and tomorrow. The payments, some of which dated back to 2012, are for superior employees and performance and are to be awarded in a lump sum payment equal to 3.5% of their base salary. Time for a quick break, but keep it here.
You're watching KUAM, your leader in local news.
Threads Guam Thursdays, presented to you by Threads Guam. Visit threadsguam.com to shop online.
There it is. My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going EV. Ooh, nice car.
Actually, it's an EV. Rhymes with Kev. Look, EVIP parking.
I get it. You think they don't charge fast enough or go far enough.
Up to 80% charge in 18 minutes. Range? Heck, we could go to Mexico.
Are you Kevin Bacon?
But EVs aren't going to stop being a thing. Look at the Ioniq 6.
Maca mushroom frap for Kevin.
So just make the leap already.
Okay, watch this. Blue or red? Blue light, red light. I can also make it play nature sounds if you want.
Let's just drive.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
Jack, the data shows that people love our more flavorful Ultimate Cheeseburgers.
Show me the data. So the data's good.
The data's real good.
Well, honestly, it's the best data I've ever had.
My best-selling Ultimate Cheeseburgers, now seasoned as they grill.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa.
takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Zoom Zoom is the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
Welcome back to Primetime. It's been a serious concern that's plagued the island for years, the lack of local health professionals and specialists.
Now, KUAM is looking to hire a full-time classified medical staff recruiter position to address the chronic shortage. Nestor Lecanto has more.
The Department of Administration has released the official notice to create the medical recruiter position. The job is to facilitate recruitment of those critical to the staffing needs of public health, behavioral health and wellness, and the Guam Memorial Hospital. The notice states that due to nationwide and local shortages, a quote, more focused and strategic approach must be taken in attracting and retaining medical professionals. Hospital Administrator Lillian Posada says that position could serve a very pivotal role.
It's very important, very critical. And actually, that was recognized by a governor, and she called us together to meet and discuss it. That recruiter will then just have specific functions, specific duties and activities to then recruit from, off island, if anything, at least primarily from off island, and reach out to those individuals who are from Guam, who went to medical school in the States and have completed the school and are licensed to practice. We want to bring them back to Guam, bring them home.
The position is essentially a hiring specialist responsible for screening, interviewing, and negotiating salaries with prospective candidates. It requires a master's degree in healthcare or public administration and 1 year of work experience in recruiting physicians or other healthcare professionals, or a bachelor's degree and 2 years of work experience in such recruiting, or 5 years working in the field. Public comments on the position will be accepted by DOA through January 11. The job would pay about $55,000 to $75,000 a year. Nestor Lecanto, KUAM News.
Thanks, Ness. Well, 2024 will be a monstrous political year as Joe Biden's final campaign comes to a close and the nation decides whether to give his White House a second term, setting up widespread consequences across foreign and domestic policies.
NBC's Mike Mamoli looks at all of the challenges the president faces in the year ahead, while also reflecting on how everything that's happened in 2023 will shape the administration's future.
For President Joe Biden, 2023 began with Democrats wondering, will he run? As the calendar turns to 2024, they're now asking, can he win? He started the year with political momentum.
He and the Democrats have defied history.
Republicans took control of the House, but Democrats won key Senate and governor's races in the midterms, running on abortion rights and protecting democracy. In April, Biden made it official.
When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still are.
But the months ahead took a political toll, with Republicans seizing on inflation and record border crossings, triggering showdowns over the debt ceiling and immigration policy.
Now, every town is a border town, and that's crystal clear to everybody but the White House.
And the Supreme Court striking down plans for student debt relief.
Stand for what? Student debt! Stand for what? Student debt!
Ukraine's fight against Russia stalled, and war erupted between Israel and Hamas.
You are not alone.
Now, the president's approval ratings are at all-time lows, and some polls show Donald Trump ahead in a likely rematch.
2024 is our final battle.
2024 presents fresh challenges. Not one, but two budget deadlines loom that could trigger government shutdowns.
On this vote, the yeas are 221 and the nays are 212. The resolution is adopted.
House Republicans long focused on Hunter Biden's business deals, teeing up an impeachment trial.
I have been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine, shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here.
As the president's son faces federal indictments on gun and tax charges, a special counsel continues to probe whether the president mishandled classified documents. And while Biden struggles to maintain support for Ukraine, he's also warning about China's designs on Taiwan. After ordering a spy balloon shot down, relations with Beijing remain fragile.
I again emphasize to President Xi that the United States does not seek conflict.
Biden's early support for Israel will continue to test his political coalition at home.
Under Biden, I think we've made grave mistakes that have led to the death of almost 20,000 people.
Biden's 2024 kicks off with a rare challenge for the Democratic nomination and potential third-party challengers who could complicate his path. His pitch relies on a recovering economy.
That's Bidenomics.
And selling accomplishments like the infrastructure law.
We've got a record to run on. And most importantly, we're not only changing this country, we're transforming it.
While framing the election as an existential choice.
There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. The MAGA movement.
Voters will be keeping a close eye on the 81-year-old incumbent, with every misstep adding to Democrats' worries. The president's age putting an even bigger spotlight on Vice President Kamala Harris, who figures to be a big part of the re-election fight.
So many of our hard-won freedoms are under attack, and this is a moment for us to stand and fight.
Part of her focus? Young voters, women, and minority groups that aren't sold on Biden. Biden's first run for Senate came in 1972. 2024 marks his fourth run for the Oval Office. After more than 5 decades of political upsets, setbacks, and comebacks, his last campaign may be his toughest yet.
Over on Saipan, the CNMI House of Representatives unanimously passed a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Israel and Palestine. All 20 Saipan, Tinian, and Rota lawmakers voting to pass the resolution. It comes after public pressure calling for support of a ceasefire. Peaceful protesters from the regional group Marianas for Palestine have been advocating for local leaders to take a clear stance on the war, as it also relates to military developments in the Pacific. The resolution calls for the protection of life and to stand against violence.
It explains that, quote, thousands of people from Israel and Palestine have been killed in a matter of weeks, of whom a significant amount of them are children. The resolution will be sent to President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, U.S. Congress, CNMI Governor Arnold Palacios, NMI Senate, and NMI Delegate Gregorio Sablan.
This Electrifying Leaders series is presented by Atkins Kroll BMW.
How's it, everybody? We're back here at the BMW showroom for another installment of the BMW Electrifying Leader Series. Today, we're speaking with CEO and Administrator Melanie Mendiola of KITA to speak about her leadership style and, most importantly, what her journey looks like. Come on. All right, guys, we are joined again by Melanie Mendiola from KITA. Melanie, how are you doing first and foremost today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
That's great to hear. Well, of course, we know you, but for our viewers who are watching at home, can you tell us a little bit about how it feels to be recognized as an electrifying leader by BMW?
Of course, I was flattered. I'm honored. It's always nice to be recognized for making an impact in the community, and especially for being recognized for your leadership. Absolutely.
Definitely. And speaking about your leadership, can you tell us a little bit about your leadership style? Like, if you could describe it in one way or another, how would you describe your leadership style?
Sure. To me, leadership is something that when you're starting off, it doesn't necessarily, sometimes it comes, there's like you have the raw goods that make up a great leader, but it really takes honing your talent and then over time maturing and working on your craft. And then you look at it through the lens of the different experiences that you've had, different managers you've had, different coworkers, colleagues, mentors, clients, customers, and all of that really shapes the kind of manager you'd like to become, or leader you want to become. So I also like to read a lot of leadership types of publications, so books. I read this article recently in the Harvard Business Review about creating empowering leaders, and what empowering leadership basically means is it's where you step away. You've empowered your team so much that they are independent and they're able to make decisions. They continue to move the needle, and you can step away and it's still going, and you've empowered them to continue to press on with the mission of the organization. So that's the kind of leader, I guess you could say, the newest iteration of what I'm trying to do with my instrument, right?
Yes,
And
I love that. You know, talking about your leadership style and honing that craft. Of course, there is so many people, influential people, that have helped you on this journey. So can you kind of pinpoint who in your life really helped shape you as a leader and your leadership style?
Sure. I've had managers and leaders that have been awesome, and I've had managers and leaders that have been like awesome after the fact. And what I mean by that is during the time that we were working together, it was a real struggle. And then afterwards, somehow, the next role I had, I was all of a sudden really identifying with what was going on, because instead of being the employee and the boss and being on the employee side, I was on the boss side and saying, and I, you know, and in this particular instance, I called her up and I said, I don't know how you didn't fire me after the first like 2 weeks. I was a real pain, wasn't I? And she's like, yeah, you know, you were a little arrogant, you know, but I also had a lot of leaders that have been very inspirational, but the most impactful leaders have ultimately held me accountable. The governor is my boss. The chairman of the board of the KUAM Economic Development Authority, David John, is also my boss. He really holds me accountable. He's also a terrific mentor, as he's led a number of different organizations. And over the years, I've had a number of mentors in the community that I've gone to and really have helped me.
Fast forwarding, I mean, you're a mentor now to so many. And how does it feel to, number one, be a woman at the helm of this, you know, huge responsibility?
Our current upcoming managers and leaders are a totally different breed and a totally different generation who have different experiences than I have had. And so it's a real fine balance of understanding those experiences and how you can help that work and develop the things that don't work.
Right. Well, you know, we're going to carry on this conversation while we're driving the BMW. We're going to continue this electrifying conversation.
We're going to accelerate the pace.
There we go. She's coming in with more of the jokes, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you in the car.
All right, so Melanie, first and foremost, you've been test driving the car for how long?
3 days.
3 days. Okay, so how has your experience been for the past 3 days?
I have done all the things. Okay, I did drop-offs at daycare. 2 car seats back here.
Woo!
For the but 2 car seats. I did daycare pickups and drop-offs. I did go to the mall and do a significant amount of Christmas shopping. Amount of trunk space back there. We went on a date night. I mean, you know, like it's just I did everything. I went out with friends.
Wow.
So I've done
definitely busy. What was like the feature other than like the acceleration? What really stuck out to you?
I love that the AC turns on the minute you enter into the vehicle,
especially here in Guam,
especially when you're loading children. Okay,
that's a great point.
You don't start up the car and then, you know, let your kids hang out outside and then let the AC run while you're loading your kids. That's just not a thing. But if you like open the car door to put your purse in and the AC starts up and you're loading your kids, I mean, it's a game changer. It really is. It's
wonderful. Really is. You are a BMW owner already, so I know that you said you like to hold on to your cars till the bitter end, but do you see yourself, you know, like really, really delving in one day and being like, I'm gonna get this car?
Driving this car says, Mel, you need a roomier vehicle. You need a little more space. Those are the things you need. You need AC that turns on when you open the door. If that can only happen in an electric vehicle, I may have to sign up a little sooner than I would have pegged myself as what I would have.
You know, I just also want to shift gears a little bit and speak a little bit about your leadership role, and also talk a little bit about how GIDA really promotes and perpetuates sustainability.
GIDA's pushed out a lot of grant programs, and of course we love the programs that have to do with sustainability, food, especially food sustainability. You know, my background is in farm to table. My old gangs over at Farm to Table Guam, right? And some friends of ours founded, and it was all about food sustainability. So that has a close place to my heart. And then, you know, our pristine, beautiful island, right? So we want to keep our island beautiful and pristine. And what are ways we can do that? What are ways we can curb the, just eyesores and things that just don't look good for us?
Right.
It's not a good look on us, not a good look for our visitors, right? So what are the ways we can fix that and improve that? So
All right, guys, we made it back to the BMW showroom. Melanie, you are an amazing driver and even better conversationalist. We talked about music, we talked about leadership style, and we talked about, not most importantly, but what we're really here for, about the car. And it was amazing.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yay!
It was great.
It was
comfortable.
Yes, comfortable, amazing, great. So guys, we'll catch you in the next installment of the electrifying BMW Leader Series. Until then, we'll see you.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured from the judiciary of Guam in Hagåtña.
This view plus more Chamorro Christmas music streaming now on Isla Digital Radio.
Are you ready to drive into the future? Introducing the all-new BMW i Family, Guam's only all-electric luxury vehicle. Be a part of the electrifying future with the all-new BMW i Family. Now available at Atkins Kroll.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Mia Lee and Kiana Santos are more than teammates. They've known each other since they were in daycare, but it was destined that they'd swim together and be really good at it. Kiana's mom coached Mia's dad, and the two best friends competed on Team Guam in the Pacific Games. They also finished in the top 2 spots in their divisions at the Swim League Philippines' 2nd annual Holiday Swim Cup, competing for the Amphibious Aquatics Club. So, we hung out with these swim champs poolside and let these best friends flex on each other and themselves to get a look at the competitive spirit and personalities that's had them always support each other.
Who talks the most trash?
With respect. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Who's the most intense? Whose Spotify playlist would be the most shocking?
Shocking? Yeah.
Who goes to sleep earlier?
But she has like school at 5 in the morning. Doesn't mean I sleep early.
Who's first to practice?
Yeah. Because I get out of school really late. Yeah.
Who reads more? If a squabble broke out between swimmers, who's the first one up to get in the middle of it and squash it?
Yeah. Totally.
Well, you talk the most trash, you said.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Who's a better driver?
She has a permit, so. Yeah. I have a permit.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Very nice. Who's a better cook?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Who's a better teammate?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Who's a better leader?
Well, yeah, honestly, yeah. She is better at leading when it's time to like get the kids in, like when they're kind of goofing off. Yeah. She's kind of like.
If you guys are watching a super long movie, I'm talking like Avengers Endgame, Lord of the Rings, one of those super long ones. Who's the first to fall asleep?
For sure, definitely.
At that movie too. Who treats for popcorn?
Yeah.
You treat?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's got the best laugh?
I'm just so confused.
You get that from your mom.
I think, yeah, my dad too. Yeah, both of them.
Who's most likely to let you borrow their Netflix account so that you can share their password?
She borrows my Spotify. We're on the same family plan.
Teammates and streaming buddies.
Yep,
Swim buddies and stream buddies.
Yes.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Yeah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
JFK's junior class is presenting a 2K, 5K run, and affectionately, look at this wonderful graphic, green and gold all the way, because we're all about the Islanders here on the show. It's next week, next Saturday, so make sure to register for that. If you have had too much to drink and you need a ride home or need someone to give you a friendly voice during what can be a very tough time for a lot of people, call 988. Togi Inc. is, of course, providing rides home for people that are in need. Make use of this service. It's free. It's out there. They are here to help. And on New Year's Eve, there's going to be a mini night market with local girls Marianas up in the CNMI. There's food, drinks, kid crafts, live music, and a photo booth, and so much more. Back to you guys on the show.
It's birthday wishes time.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
28th of December birthday wishes to Amy Jackson. Happy birthday to Amy from all of your family and friends. And you, Amy, have the sole spotlight for tonight's birthday club, and you certainly deserve it. So we wish you a very, very happy birthday.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Stay beautiful, Guam.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Hafane, welcome to another episode of LFG Love for Guam. I'm Atsuki Hirayama.
And I'm Destiny Cruz, and we are here for the 2023 Diwali Festival here at the Hyatt Regency Guam. We are so excited!
So excited!
Oh my god. Yeah, well, you guys can see that we are all dressed up. We are super excited, as we said, for Diwali 2023. We went to Pomika sales to get our beautiful traditional garb. I'm wearing a sari. I did my best.
So beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. I did my best to do the traditional wrapping. I learned that it usually goes on the left shoulder. And Suki, can you tell us a little bit about your look?
I got this scarf, this beautiful blue scarf at Pomika Sales also, and these earrings. So these are my two accessories. And and also went to Ross to grab these blue heels to match.
Beautiful, and you're looking gorgeous, by the way.
You as well.
Thank you so much. Well, guys, we are super excited to go in, try the cuisine, listen to the music, really immerse ourselves in the culture. So come along with us for Diwali 2023.
Let's go. Hi, LT. How are you doing tonight?
Doing well, very well. Namaste.
Namaste. Well, first and foremost, how are you enjoying tonight?
It's very awesome. Food was really good. I have to say, I'm so impressed with the Hyatt. This was I like Indian food a lot. It was really, really good tonight.
And I've got to ask, tell me about your outfit. It looks so amazing.
Thank you very much. Well, I've actually had this a couple years ago, but it was my first time to kind of break it out, and always like to dress for the part. Real nice stuff, though.
Amazing. And if I also just could ask, what's the message that you'd like to share with our Indian community here on the island?
Well, actually for everybody, right, Diwali, the whole point of it, it's basically good overtakes evil, light over darkness, and it really is a celebration of unity. So for me, tonight, I had an opportunity to talk to everybody about how when we're unified in Guam, we're able to do so much stuff together so more rapidly. And we just recovered from a typhoon, and we pulled together and we were able to stay together. And Indian community of Guam has been here for decades and decades. They've been part of the expansion of Guam. And so many people in the Indian community are members of our families, right? They've done so well, and I think that this celebration allows us to celebrate their heritage and how diverse Guam is. Let's go Diwali!
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Triple treat box, 3 layers deep, 10 Cinnabon mini rolls to eat, 5 breadsticks, and a pizza plus another pizza. Triple treat box, only from Pizza Hut.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist. Over 20 years of experience.
New chicken nuggets from KFC?
Everybody's gonna want these. Let's eat these inside.
Try new Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets. You've never had nuggets like these.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Ooh, very zen. Welcome back to LFG Love for Guam, and we've got an experience for you. Feeling amazing, feeling zen. We are here at the Altarverse. I feel like I'm doing ASMR right now. It feels like an escape with the lights out. All right, Ben, how are you doing today?
Great. How about yourself?
Good, amazing.
Welcome to the Altarverse.
What are we seeing right now?
Well, the Altarverse is powered by Guam Visitors Bureau, so huge shout out to them for making it possible. And right now we are looking at some projection mapping on the walls. We have all the walls on the Altarverse able to change daily. So the experience you have today might not be the same experience your friends or family comes to experience in a week or two. We have special events every Wednesday, starting with a fashion show, silent disco. We have some yoga happening in here, as well as a gaming night. So we're very excited to present that, as well as we change the projection mapping on the walls, we can highlight new artists on Guam and showcase their art, which I'm very excited about.
Sounds like a whole new world. Minus the Aladdin and Jasmine part, of course. Of course, it's a vibe. And you know, when we came in here, it felt super zen. That was like the overall mood that came over me. So how did you guys go about constructing, you know, this entire environment for people?
We've planned this for quite some time, and we really wanted to make an immersive experience that people can have something they take away. So one of the main things that we're focusing on is frequencies, and we have installations that are interactive for kids and adults, where you can see the shape of sound, you can notice different frequencies through tuning forks, the sound that different frequencies make, and hopefully as you leave you have a broadened perspective of art on Guam and different artists and their mediums that they use to express themselves.
Definitely, and we are getting a lot of that right now. What are these headphones for? I'm hearing some cool music through it.
Yeah, so we do have silent disco headphones in here. So these are a three-way radio receiver. So we have 3 different channels that you can listen to. So once again, your experience might be different from somebody else. If you want to listen to a podcast, we have an amazing podcast by Bo Ada, and who is amazing Master Random. My name is, if you like to listen to Eminem, we could have Eminem on one of the channels of the silent disco, and we also have local artists that are on the silent disco as well. So if you like listening to local music, if you like listening to local podcasts, and we do have a meditational channel. And once again, we can change these channels per event. So if you came for like the Ina Wellness Full Moon event, we might have something more meditation and Zen playing. And if you come to the fashion show, we might have something a little more upbeat to get you energized for all the fashion you'll see.
And a chance to dance a night away or even catch up on local podcasts. See for yourselves.
Ready, Destiny?
Ready.
Ready?
Let's go.
Boom, boom.
Just kidding. We're very peaceful and zen.
Switch it.
We're feeling amazing. Oh, but hold on. We can change it, guys. Let's change these channels.
Oh, there we go. Okay, let's party. Oh, are we doing the moonwalk?
Look at that, guys. I can moonwalk.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah. And they give you free socks.
How do you moonwalk? Is it like this?
It was a place to just have fun. Let's see the sound take its shape.
How do you work this again?
And anything.
Hard enough? Don't make it move.
Okay, let's try. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa, did you see that?
Oh.
We did it. Whoa. We used our brain. It's so crazy that this is like a naturally occurring sound. Like that. All the senses being treated in here, and more fun to check out over here. We had so much fun in the Ultraverse. Hit them up at the Tumon Sands Plaza through December 15th. For now, Des, let's give them more of the Ultraverse.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
While you've been waiting to see if EVs are a thing, my dad went electric.
Up to 360 miles on a single charge.
And if my dad's on board, yours could be next.
You know I'm doing this for the next generation.
Dad, we are not having the grandkids conversation again.
No, I'm just saying EVs are good for any generation. Or all generations. Generationally good.
Introducing the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6 with up to 360-mile range. When it comes to EVs, we're thinking of every mile.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap.
I know, right? I wonder why.
What if they know we're broke? What if they're trying to be the good guys?
Ah. Thanks, Taco Bell!
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Let's face it, I see what you did there. A perfect setup for this month's Pepsi Pulse feature. We are making it a double Franche Pangilinan and Shauna Shippey with Statement Aesthetics in East Sagana.
Wait, so you two are sisters?
Yes. They are sisters on the same mission. Franche is the company's founder, and Shauna is the lead esthetician.
2 years ago now, so I was
bride-to-be, and me and my bridesmaids were definitely looking for a space where we could kind of do, you know, all our skincare and like little retreat things together, and we couldn't really find somewhere that could accommodate kind of the size of our party. So it was kind of a middle of the night idea where we were like, oh, you know what would be so dope is if we opened a facial bar where people could, you know, self-service and kind of, you know, turn it into a more social event. So with the support of my husband, we kind of were able to make it come alive, which was nice.
A facial bar in paradise today. That all came as a result of the inspiration they each encountered at a young age.
Mine was kind of finding it in myself. So I never, you know, grew up doing, you know, braiding hair at recess or anything. I was definitely more of the sporty outdoor kind. So it was more of me like, you know, taking the time in the mornings to kind of, you know, do a little self-care and make myself feel a little bit better during the day and kind of build confidence.
For me, it was always Princess Tiana. I always thought she was so pretty, only because like her hair was kind of like my hair, and I did not like my hair at all. So looking at her made like the image of what beauty is.
A story many girls can relate to as well. These sisters are making it happen to help others feel like their best possible selves.
When clients do come in, obviously other than our aesthetic services, our brow services, facial services, we do have a kind of create your own bar. So you can kind of come in and we'll walk you through this process of using, you know, organic and naturally sustainable, you know, ingredients to create, you know, skincare products that, you know, work for you. So definitely come again. We do have soap bars that come and go, and our scrubs, which are amazing, but that's kind of where we're starting right now.
We just want to make them feel like at home, like if they ever have like a hard day at work, they can just come here, get a facial, rant to us, like we're here for you, you know?
Yeah, like just on top of that, I think it's more, like you nailed that. It's definitely creating a space where women, maybe women who aren't always, you know, taking care of themselves, can find kind of solace in, you know, the busy world and take a little bit of time for themselves.
Plus, you can't deny that seeing how this duo is together, it's obvious they've made a space where beauty and wellness intertwine.
I think it's definitely like the best thing to be able to see her all the time and build something like this together. We drive each other absolutely crazy with our, you know, multiple ideas to build, but I think it's fun.
A fun time that still includes hard work and determination.
Don't do anything without having a game plan because it's easy to get caught up in, you know, all these little rabbit trails. So definitely have a game plan, and then whatever you do, make sure you're passionate about it. Make sure you give your 110, like, and you have to come into it with the knowledge that it's gonna take a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of dedication to make your dream come alive, but it's worth it.
Well done, ladies. We're ready to make our appointments. You're watching LFG Love for Guam.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Right now at Jack in the Box, you can get 2 breakfast bagels with freshly cracked eggs and melty American cheese served all day. And they go great with my new boba milk tea. Get 2 bagels for just $4.50, which is a huge steal, but not like in an illegal way or anything.
Zoom Zoom! 'Tis the season for speed, and Docomo Pacific is putting prepaid customers in the fast lane. Starting November 3rd, 2023 to January 31st, 2024, every $5 prepaid card purchase from a participating store gives Docomo Pacific customers a chance to win a brand new Mazda 3. So load up at participating stores and drop off your entry to any Docomo Pacific retail store. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply. Visit DocomoPacific.com for details.
For the first time in 30 years, Coors Light has an ad in the big game.
Actually, this is a Miller Lite commercial.
Mountain Cold Refreshment. It's Miller time. Great taste.
Let's fill it. Cold as the Rockies. Coors commercial. Miller commercial.
Actually, it's a Blue Moon commercial.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Taco Bell, Live Moss, and Pepsi. That's what I like.